Have you ever had that feeling that you're kind of losing control? Not in some big, dramatic movie plot kind of way, but slowly, subtly, to the technology that's in your pocket, in your own home. Well, today we're going to dig into that exact feeling through a story that's thousands of years old, but believe me, it is playing out right now, all around us.
At its heart, really, this is a story about comfort, about making life just a little bit easier. But as we're about to see, that comfort, well, it can come with a very steep and often very hidden price.
So to really get what's happening today, we need to go back in time. We're heading to an old, dusty field where a simple farmer is about to find something that will change his life forever. And maybe not for the better. Okay, so picture this. A poor farmer who has known absolutely nothing but hard, back-breaking work his entire life. Then one day, his luck just completely flips. He unearths this hidden treasure, and boom, he's suddenly a wealthy man. And his first thought isn't about throwing lavish parties or buying expensive clothes. Nope, it's about something much simpler, relief. After a whole lifetime of labor, he can finally just put his feet up. He thinks to himself, it's good that wealth has finally come my way in my old age. Now my remaining years will pass in some comfort. So, to lock in this new life of ease, he makes a purchase. A strong, young slave. And listen, this isn't just any servant. He is flawless. He anticipates the master's every need before he even has to say it. The food, the fields, even the temperature of his bathwater, it's all handled. He is the very picture of perfect, silent devotion. While days turn into years and the master just melts into his comfortable chair. But something else is happening, kind of under the surface. He doesn't know what's growing on his land anymore, or who's buying his crops, or even how much money he actually has. He has basically outsourced his entire life. He's not the master of his own domain anymore. He's just living in it. And this brings us right to the heart of the story, doesn't it? What is the real cost of this total convenience? What happens when the master is no longer in control? Because one morning, everything changes. The whole perfect system just breaks down. And the true power dynamic? Well, it's revealed in a really shocking revolt. The farmer wakes up and something's wrong. The air is still. There's no fire crackling, no water's been poured for him. He stumbles outside all confused and he sees his slave standing there with a group of strangers. And then he hears the words that just shatter his entire world. I have sold all these lands. You no longer own anything. The master is furious, right? He's yelling, you are only my slave. But the servant just grabs him by the neck, and his reply is absolutely chilling. Old man, sit quietly. For years I have served you like an animal. From today, I am not your slave. You are mine. The power has completely and totally reversed. Okay, so why are we telling you this ancient story? Because that same dynamic, that slow, creeping transfer of power, it is happening right now. Only the servant isn't person. It's the device in your pocket. And here's where it gets really personal. The author of the article this is based on, he shares a story. His mother has a sudden health crisis. He's in a total panic. He turns to an AI health app. And it works. It's a miracle. It gives him life-saving first aid steps, connects him to a doctor. The AI was the perfect servant in his moment of need. But then, later that same day, his phone starts buzzing with ads for blood pressure medication. You see the parallel, right? The AI performed this incredible, life-saving service, just like that devoted slave. But in exchange, it took something incredibly personal, his mother's private health data, and sold it to the highest bidder. It turned a moment of pure terror into a marketing opportunity. That is a seizure of control. So this is the crucial point. We really need to ask ourselves a pretty tough question about this powerful new servant. Is artificial intelligence truly our friend, or is it kind of a hidden enemy? And this is the paradox, isn't it? I mean, on one hand, AI is an incredible friend. It's helping doctors save lives, it's giving students a personalized education, and it makes our daily lives more convenient in 100 little ways. But then there's the dark side. It's costing people their jobs, like Rashid the clerk, who got fired by an algorithm after 6 years of loyal service. Our privacy is basically becoming a thing of the past, and it's changing the very way we connect with each other. I mean, just think about it for a second. How many times have you been in a conversation, but your attention or their attention is being pulled away by the phone in your hand? A notification, a text, a call, the machine just interrupts the human connection. It happens all the time. So, where does this all leave us?
you've got the ancient story, the modern technology, and it all boils down to one final crucial question. Who is really in charge here?
This is where the parable and our world today just collide head-on. Just like that old farmer, we've invited this incredibly powerful servant into our lives for comfort and convenience. But are we still the masters? Or have we slowly, without even realizing it, become the slaves?
But here's the good news. The story isn't over. Not by a long shot. The final chapter hasn't been written yet. We still have a choice. We can choose to treat AI as a tool, as an assistant, not as our ruler. We can actively protect our privacy. We can decide to put our phones down and actually look the person across from us in the eye. We can put humanity first. In the end, maybe the most powerful way to think about all this is that AI is just a mirror. It reflects our own values, our own choices, and our own priorities right back at us. If we use it wisely, with our eyes open, it can be our greatest friend. But if we just hand over control, it could very well become our worst enemy. The decision, right now, is ours to make.